Hey, y'all. Y'all know I had somebody to call. Hold on. Y'all always know it's long distance. Yes, may I speak to Sister Grandma Woody? Sometimes with older people, it take them a minute to get to the phone. Hey, good. How you doing? Good. Listen, Grandma, I know. You already know why I'm calling. Yeah, you done spoiled him. He riding. I know he ain't paying not a bill at that house. Maybe a little light bill, a little water bill, maybe $35 a month. But the way he's spending, $500 in clothes, Grandma, a month. $600 on date night, Grandma. I can tell your house paid for. Yeah, it is. And I can tell you ain't got no rooms to go bill. So everything's straight. So Woody ain't had to pay nothing down there. See, you done got them run. So, see, what Miss Money gonna do? Yeah. But I'm telling you, they ain't coming there staying with you. Yeah, that's too much. Yeah. All right then, Grandma, let me go and get this show started. Appreciate you. All right, sleep good tonight. All right, bye-bye. All right, y'all. Had to go on in that. Y'all already know what the deal is, so stay tuned for this. What it's called? Yeah, stay tuned. My name is Kourtney and welcome to our channel. My husband Eddie is not here because he doesn't do this review, but he will be stepping in from time to time to do some things on this particular season. All right, you guys, so if it's your first time joining, let me tell you what this channel is all about. This channel is about Kourtney and Eddie. We do relationship topics, we do reviews, and right now I'm doing Married at First Sight. That's what it's called. Yeah, Married at First Sight. So before we get into it, because y'all, it didn't bring much tonight, but you know, hey, we're going to talk about it anyway. Before we get into it, don't forget to do what? Subscribe to this amazing channel. Why don't you? Why wouldn't you want to be a part of this family? And make sure that you what? Like and comment. If you're watching us via Facebook, make sure you do what? Like and follow. And on all social media sites, y'all, where you see this video posted, do what? Comment down below. Okay. You guys, let's get into it. Let me tell you, please forgive me if I am clearing my throat. I just took some black seed oil and it tastes like Fabulosa. So yeah, y'all ever had black seed oil? It tastes disgusting. I don't know what Fabulosa tastes like, but yeah, it's the purple kind. That's what it tastes like. I know that's what it tastes like. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. The couple celebrate their 1 month anniversary. So it starts off, and y'all heard me talking to Grandma Woody, Sister Grandma. You can put some respect on the Sister Grandma Woody. Y'all heard me talking to Sister Grandma Woody in the intro, right? It started off with Amani and Woody in this budget that they're going to sit down and do a budget. Woody's making his wife breakfast, and you know he always getting her some flowers. I don't know if this is an everyday thing or Feminine Day or the weekend or what, but bruh going out to get flowers all the time. Okay, Woody, you doing a lot. That's hard to keep up with. You gonna make sure you keep up with that 20 years down the road. All right, so you know, Amani is saying, well, you know, champagne is expensive, or you know, to do it as much as they're doing, making mimosas all the time, you know, it can get a little bit expensive. So she's sitting down. He fixed her breakfast, and she was like, you know, come on, sit down and eat. And so they was talking about, you know, of course we got to do date night. Let's put that in the budget. So she was like, well, what's your idea of, you know, how much? And he was like, about $150 a week. Bruh, that's $600 a month. That is a car payment, possibly a very nice car payment at that. You know, that is a rent, maybe, depends on where you stay. That is some kind of bill every month. $600, but again, once again, Grandma Woody done got them spoiled. Y'all can see it looked like the house was paid for. It don't look like there was no rooms to go up in there, or no rent or something, no kind of, yeah. So everything probably paid for in Grandma's house. So Woody not used to necessarily paying out bills. So if you ain't got to really pay out no bills, then you can spend $500 a month in your attire. Like, dude, what? Wait, what? So yeah, they talked about how much his outfits or his shopping is $500 a month, and she like, you gonna have to cut all that out. So she's starting to get a little bit concerned that, you know, he may not be able to have good spending habits when it comes to that. But I think that Woody would get it together once he really once he sees that he has to pay real bills. You know, he wasn't paying nothing. Grandma's house light bill about $30. So they were also talking about, you know, a house, and when they get a house, then he wants to get a dog. Then, you know, he want a dog to watch the baby that they could potentially have. Okay, so let's move right along to, child. Y'all know I breathe heavy when we talk about them, is Olivia and Brett. So she asked him the question, do you think that we moved past yesterday? Well, girl, I moved past yesterday. Please, let's move past this. But obviously, she's still in her feelings. She wouldn't just make sure that Brett is authentic, that he is sincere. He's not just playing two faces, one face on camera, next face off camera. He's a different person. So she wants to make sure. So she said, well, I think we need to call Pastor Cal, because he was fine. Like, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do, but I'm good. So, and to me, it was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I lost some time and space with this whole little thing. Olivia said that she wanted to call Pastor Cal to make sure that they're good, because, you know, of course, he two-faced it. That's what she's saying. So she said she told Pastor Cal the situation and everything and what happened. And she said she feels like Brett is sweet off camera. And they did show clips of him, you know, holding her, picking her up on the couch, and they watching TV, and, you know, he asked for a kiss and she gave him a kiss. Don't seem like she really wanted to. It was kind of like one of the little picks, I'm gonna do it. Brett said because we are having this conversation that he's being sincere, he's being genuine. So if they were not having this conversation, he feels like at that point he wouldn't be genuine. You know, he's doing this on camera. Like, why would he fake anything else? So she just really feels like that he's just not being genuine, and she just don't believe him. So she said the sarcasm is really hard to get past, and it really, you know, it causes an issue. So Pascal asked, said, what is the real issue with you? You know, because evidently maybe he don't see it being a real issue, but he was like, are you afraid? You know, do you not trust? Are you afraid of being hurt? She was like, yeah, I'm afraid of being hurt. And Brett said he wasn't afraid of being hurt, but now he is afraid. So, she did tell Pastor Cal that she didn't like the comment when he said that, you know, you feel like he called her insecure because she asked the question. And Brett was like, you know, he just basically just trying to find a way. He feel like that she's just trying to find a way out. So she just has excuses for this and for that because she's trying to find a way out. Well, I'm like, nah, bro, she been out. Maybe you don't know, but she really been out, because I think she's just trying to work through it because of the camera's sake or whatever. But yeah, she been out. So let's move on to Bennett and his sister Molly. Yep, Bennett and his sister is showing up in the same family tree. Auntie. So she brings the duck, and I think the duck name was you something, Uppy something. So she brought the duck because she said that you need to reconnect with the duck. You haven't been around, and you got a wife now. You done neglected the duck and everything. And she asked the waiter to bring the duck some bird seeds, and he was like, okay, I'll bring some. I said, all right, y'all in y'all own little land. So she was talking about, he was just kind of telling, you know, how things going with, you know, Amelia. He was like, I really like her. And she was like, you know, y'all are really good together. You know, I can see y'all vibing. She pulled out them cards, which I don't believe in them cards, but, you know, so yeah, we ain't even talk about that. And so she was just like, you know, I think that y'all really vibe good together. I think that y'all are in a good space, and I see love. Like, I see y'all being a good match for each other. So she was happy about it, and I guess she happy about having a good sister-in-law. All right, so let's move on to Karen and Miles. They played this little game called Truth, Lie, or Dare. And she wants to connect and bond with Miles. So they're doing things that's going to allow them to, bond. And of course, in this episode, we got to see some of the quarantine episodes and confessionals and things. So they're having to do things outside, I guess, too, especially if they have a camera crew that's there. So I didn't write down all the different, games and the different answers that they said and the questions that they said. But at the end, what was real impressive is that, they did say that the dare was that they were going to get a tattoo together. So Karen was like, oh my gosh. And she was like regretting, I guess, that she said it. And she said, Karen said that tattoos are permanent. And Miles said, yep, just like this commitment that you made. Because for me, this is the long game. I said, go ahead, Miles, you better put some spec on it. So really and truly, he was just saying tattoos are permanent, just like the commitment that you said you made to this marriage, to this wedding, this vow that you made. Because he in it for the long games. Like he is in it. It don't look like it for the next episode we saw, but I don't know. That could be the way the editing kind of, maybe they want to have us worked up for no reason. But yeah, so she was looking like, oh, okay, then get it together. She like a man that is in control, that is authoritative. So maybe Miles was, playing that role or in his space, good space. So let's move on to Christina and Henry. Really in their apartment, and Henry friend Kristen, their names too similar. First of all, did Christina know that Kristen was coming to her apartment? Because Kristen sure enough threw some shade in this episode. She did. So Henry invited her in because he wanted somebody to give him good advice, because Kristen evidently, is a good friend to him and provides good advice. So Henry said that, kind of gave her the background on, what was said about, Christina not feeling that Henry was confident enough. And so Kristen said, well, that seems like a passive aggressive move. Like, that was a passive aggressive dig. Do you feel like it was that? He said, well, he really wasn't sure. He started saying all these negative things about him and, all of his flaws. I know I move slow. I know I can be a little slow in moving. I know I can be this. I know I can be that and stuff like that. And she said, hold on, wait a minute. Why are you saying all these things as negatives? Those are things that are about you. Don't put that in the atmosphere or put it in your space that those things are negative. Then you're going to start to believe those things. And I think what Henry was doing was, in a sense, maybe taking up for Christina, saying some things about him that she don't like, or some things that he know that bothers her. And so his friend had to get him together in that. But she said, now what I did notice is that I saw some serious differences between you guys when the last time I came, and this could be a problem. She said, like the way she spoke to production. I told y'all production don't like Christina. And I don't know if they told Kristen to say this, but it's mighty funny that we're going back to production. And what did production do? Pull up a clip. Because they petty. They pulled up a clip of her snapping on production the last time Kristen was there. But so she made light of this. She said, now it's one thing, yeah, it's okay to be frustrated and, getting upset and stuff like that, but it's how you give it out. You don't have to give out that frustration or that anger or snap on people or be rude to people, because Henry, I know that's not your personality. You're opposite of that. So this is what she's saying. So why would you want to be married to a woman that's totally opposite of that? That's going to be embarrassing to you. You don't like that. So I don't know if somebody was saying something behind the scenes. So how did Kristen know? Because Henry kind of already discussed that. That's one thing that he didn't like. So I don't know if Kristen and Henry was talking, off camera. So Kristen is very concerned about, Christina. She don't feel like it's a good match for them. She said that she don't want Henry to change or get lost in who he is, trying to appease her. Kristen don't see it with Christina. She didn't see it at the wedding. Y'all know them girls were getting drunk and they were talking about her. Because they are totally different. Here it said that he's trying to make it work. He's going to try to work through it and everything. And yeah, we're going to see again on the next episode. Now this one, you know, it was okay. So let's move on to Woody and Big Baller Shot Caller going to Diamonds Direct, buying his wife a pair of earrings. He ended up buying, he was looking at a bracelet, but he ended up buying a pair of diamond earrings for their 1 month anniversary. Baller, shot caller, yeah. But all of that gonna stop when they get those bills every month. Because right now, I'm sure the apartment is being paid for by Married at First Sight. But when all them other bills, I ain't got on a look at earrings. I knew I was forgetting some. I need them diamond earrings. Amani, can you send them to me? I'll send you my P.O. box. I'm just playing. Okay, so, yeah. So when they start paying real bills, then, you know, you'll be able to see that. He ain't gonna be able to spend money like that. And I don't know how much he makes, so I'm not trying to, you know, check his checking account or nothing like that. I don't know, but just judging or looking at his spending habits and that he stayed with his grandmother, and I'm quite sure he had to pay no bills, if any. Some bills, no bills, if any. Probably was a little light bill, probably about water bill about $35 or something like that. I don't know, but that's New Orleans. The bills could be higher. Anyway, let me go on. I'm spending too much time now. Okay, so let's move on to Amelia and talking to her friend that shaded her or shaded everybody. I don't know. So anyway, you know, I didn't jot down much in this conversation because basically, you know, she was just saying how Bennett was and and you know how much, you know, he's a great dude and all that stuff, whatever. But what I did write down is that her friend said that, you know, passion eventually dies at some point. Well, just kick her down the steps, honey. I mean, who done ruffled your feathers? But you have, and I think she did say, but you have to keep it alive. You have to keep it going. But gee, so she did ask, was Amelia in love? And so she was like, well, I'm loving the space that I'm in right now. I'm loving, you know, my life. And so she did say that she wrote him a love song and she's gonna sing it to him. But this is what I know. Side note. Is it just me? Have y'all noticed that sometimes Amelia, when she don't wear her glasses, how she be looking a little off from people? So just say, for instance, this was the lady right here, and she looking this away. I'm like, Amelia, get back in focus, girl. Get back in focus. You're supposed to be looking right here. I don't know. That's just me. So maybe she need to wear her glasses sometimes, because maybe she just a little bit off kilter, center. Okay, that was me. So let's move on to Olivia and Brett. So they sit down and, you know, she just basically asking him to work on his sarcasm, and so he was like, okay. Brett almost looked like he was over it or hurt. It was hard really to read his emotion. Maybe he was acting that off camera face, but on camera face. So he said, I'll work on him and stuff. And so Brett said, I want you to trust me. So she was like, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Brett said, Brett seemed hurt, but then when he began to hug Olivia, I was like, oh, so I don't know. Brett's just hard to read. He may be over it as well. So let's move on to when Karen and Miles and Woody and Amani, they went out on an outing somewhere. So Woody said that, you know, I guess they was asking each other how everything going and stuff like that. So Woody did say that, you know, he come home to a cooked meal, you know, glass of wine, and he loved that. He was like, sure, what do you call her? Sweets. So he'll get sweets, whatever she wants. So yeah, he did say he like that. So that's that husband stuff. That's that husband. My husband love it too. So Miles said that, he did ask the question, what have you learned? And Woody and Amani kind of had the same, well, they did have the same answer. They didn't answer it together, but she was like, I was just finna say patience too. So that's one thing that they learned, to both be patient. And Karen said that she learned that she hard to read. Duh. I mean, duh. Duh. Okay. So I'm glad she did accept that. And one thing Miles did say that one thing that he gives Karen compliments, but she does not compliment him. And I think that's something that sometimes certain women have to learn. I had to learn that. And I learned it basically when I started dating before I met my husband, my now husband. So yeah, I had to learn that that's something that I did not do. And yeah, you definitely want to give your man compliments, because you don't want no other woman compliment him, and vice versa. Men should be well equipped and ready to give their women compliments, because you don't want another man out there giving compliments. So baby, I don't care if you just walk around the house, you look cute today. Y'all just looking regular. It doesn't have to be a date night or you have to be dressed up to give each other compliments. So, and Miles made the note that she tell her friends, or her friends may ask, is Miles attractive? She was like, yeah. So he is hearing it from other people, just not from her. So yeah, Christina in this quarantine filming. She's filming with her friend, and I think his name was Chris. So he was like, what's going on? So she was like, just kind of talking about their awkwardness or whatever. We're still not sleeping in the same bed, and no, we have not consummated our marriage yet. And she said she don't even know what his end game is. Like, she don't know what to feel from Henry, because she's normally used to having sex on the first date. I'm like, girl, this is marriage, and a man that is trying to respect you and get to know you and want to, make sure he treats you with the utmost respect as a woman, not just trying to sleep with you and hit it and quit it. So he's really trying to build a relationship with you and friendship with you before he do that. But she's so used to a man just, she just don't know how to work it through and be patient and go slow. Okay, so the friend was giving his input, and he was like, one thing, maybe we just will always be friends. Like, maybe this will just be a friend zone. And one thing, she was like, I ain't never been in no friend zone. Like, I ain't never been a man just put me over here in the friend zone. So anyway, one thing she did say that Henry don't give no compliments, which we know all that, but Henry is slow and he's working up to it. So let's move on to Bennett and Amelia, the hiking. And I thought it was cute because he did say that he was going to tell her he loved her, but he was a little bit nervous and afraid. And so he ended up, they didn't show it on camera, but he ended up saying that he loved her. And he came back to the camera. He said, I just told her over there that I loved her. And he was like, she didn't say nothing back, but she did say it, I love you too, on camera. I thought that was so sweet. So yes, honey, they is falling in love. And I don't know about y'all. How do y'all feel about people? Do you think it's too early for them to fall in love? I would say me and my husband, I don't know. I think we kind of felt, well, I say maybe within the first couple of months that, we kind of said I love you, but it was kind of like, he gonna tell me, he said, I know you falling in love with me. I was like, boy, please, I ain't falling in love with you. You're like, yes, you is. And then I had to go and search, am I really? What? So yeah, it was kind of like that. So I don't know if y'all feel that it's married a month too long to too quick to fall in love. So let's move on to Karen and Miles. Due to the pandemic, he wasn't able to take her out, but he did create a gift for her because he said he never really saw black love around him in his house because his mom and dad did not, of course, stay married long. They got divorced when he was way young. So he got a shirt with all the married people. I think like Claire and the Huxtables, Claire and what was his name, Cliff, just the black married sitcoms. I think Martin and Gina was a t-shirt with that on. I thought that was cute. So they did talk about what are your decisions on what is your decision looking like on decision day? Are you in a better place or whatever? She said that it's been a lot, but we're getting through it. So she did kiss him on the cheek, and I thought that was something. So she kissed him, and it looked like she kissed him more than once. So, I personally think that Karen is coming around. Now, judging by next week, I don't know. Everything just going on. Like next week, everybody just tired. They tired. Quarantine got everybody on edge. not with this show per se, but just people that have been married for a length of time, this quarantine has really tested marriages. Some people have filed for divorce because they realized they didn't like the person they was with. That person that was once maybe on the road all the time, traveling all the time, now sitting right there in their house, and they don't too much particularly like them. So people are getting divorced, and that's not a funny matter. And I'm not trying to make fun of it at all, but I'm just trying to let y'all know that this quarantine can be very serious for people, especially if you type of people that was you and your spouse were always on the go, and now you got to sit down, sit in the house, and really and truly get to know each other again, or pretend like you like each other, or realize you don't like each other. All right, so let's move on to Woody and Amani. Let's see. They said that one thing Amani did say, that she says she's not in love yet. She can't wait to the second month because this first month is popping. So Woody said that no other woman has ever made him feel like this, and he is happy to be married to his black queen. But one thing that he is a little scared that she hadn't said she loved him yet. But I do feel that Amani is in love with him. She just hadn't said it. And that girl knows she loved that man. So let's move on to Amelia and Bennett. He got her blender with that same little yellow dress thing that he wear to bed with that on. Now, I don't know if you guys watch Go Follow the Fruitful Wife, but I do follow her, and she also does reviews on Married at First Sight. She has an amazing prayer, intercessory prayer in the morning times, which I'm on that too, but I also watch her lives. Well, I caught the live. I don't get a chance to watch them because I'm watching the show, but in between commercial breaks, I was catching up on her live. So she was live streaming, watching it while the show was on, and people, and she's also commenting and talking about it and stuff. So anyway, I was on there while I was on the commercials. I was on her comments, The Fruitful Wife. Go follow her. And they was talking about that the reason Bennett came in with a blender is because they didn't want to put NutriBullet or whatever company, they don't want to put in the box and I guess give them sponsorship or whatever. But they could still put in a box, but wrap the box a little different or put stickers on and stuff like that or whatever. But he come in there with the blender, honey, give it to his wife. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's move on to Brett and Olivia. So now one thing that they're doing, the experts, they said that they're going around, and she is, I forgot to say that she made him a song. She sung him a song, and I really truly, I enjoyed her song. I enjoy her voice. She has a beautiful voice. So she was excited that she was able to write her husband a song about how much she loved him. And y'all should have seen Bennett's face. I started to take a picture, but he was just in heaven. So let's go on. So the experts did say that they wanted, the wedding pictures are back and all that stuff in the video. So they wanted to get that to every couple as their 1 month anniversary and just kind of let them see, how things were back then. So Brett and Olivia, they're watching that video, and I guess they're getting back into that, feel of, oh my gosh, this is what it was like when we first met. Now we here, how we get here. So they're hoping, I guess maybe this to rekindle those feelings that they once had before they kind of got in this sunken place, dog place, stubborn place. One thing, can you please tell that cat to sit down? Just doing too much, want all the attention. Little tail going by, over here on the couch. Is it one cat? I thought they had several. Just doing too much, want to be rubbed. I was like, ooh, that cat wants some attention. He said that he got in his feelings for her and that she could be the right person for him. So Brett got in his feelings. He said that she could be the right person for him. Olivia said that every month that she was going to watch that wedding video. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Not judging by next week. So in my opinion, I want y'all to answer this question. Do y'all think that Brett is compassionate? He was just rubbing her arms. Now on Fruitful Wife Live in the comments, they said that he was rubbing her like he rubbed them cats. Now I don't know, but he was just rubbing on her. So do y'all think that he's compassionate? So let's move on to Woody and Amani. They were looking over their wedding pictures, and he was like, "Oh, my wife's so fine," and he was kissing the thing. He was like, "Oh, you look sexy right there," just giving her all types of compliments and stuff. And it seems as though they are happy. Amani is opening up. She feels herself approaching the love train. Okay, we know, girl, you've been there. And Woody did say that he loved you. He said, "I love you," and he gave her a kiss, and she didn't say it. And but she do. If he could read her thoughts, she do. So let's move on to Amelia and Bennett. She feels very lucky that she found him. First of all, you didn't find him, sister girl. The experts found him for you. So you should be glad that the experts, because you didn't find him. But maybe you did the first time, but for some reason y'all did not connect. Y'all were in the same place the first time y'all met, but y'all didn't connect. So they are reading over their vows and everything. Let's move on to Christina and Henry. They're looking over their wedding pictures and stuff, and he says that there is a disconnection with them. Henry said there's a disconnection with them. He's not sure what will happen. But yeah, she was like, well, you know, I'm going to stop comparing him to all my ex-boyfriends, and I'm going to give him a chance. I was like, girl, you should have been did that. Like, I don't know. You should have been stopped. You should have realized Henry not like that. So let's move on to Karen and Miles, and they're looking at their pictures, and she is glad that she went through with it. Now, she said she was scared, and we all know in the beginning that when she looked at it, when she got the information that, you know, who he was, and she went on his IG and stuff, and she was like, he too emotional, he too this, he too that. So she said that she's very glad that she did continue with it, and she's going through with it because he treats her well. And that's probably one thing that she wasn't used to, somebody treating her well. She did make note of that. She read her vows out loud, and she said that she tried to be the best version of herself. So Miles got a chance to read his vows out loud. She says she feels a lot more comfortable with Miles. And did y'all know Miles was rubbing that little leg and that little thigh part of his wife? And they showed that a couple times. Not sure if it was just one time he did it, but the camera people kept editing and showing that same one, or he was doing it more than once. To me, she didn't seem like she mind. Didn't seem like, you know, she was turning up her wine or water, whatever she had. Didn't seem like she mind. Seemed like, okay, that's natural, that's normal. That was affection. She was allowing it. But on the Fruitful Wife live chat, the people was like, she was like, get your hands off me, okay, doing it. So y'all, I'm still hopeful for them, even though I seen the from next week what a little bit of what they're gonna be showing us. I'm still hopeful for them. I'm sorry, but that I got faith. Getting down to the last part is Woody and Amani. Amani is opening her gift that her husband got for her, and her name is what? Sweets. So she loves her earrings. She was like, oh, you're so sweet. And she liked her coupons and stuff. So she went over her coupons. There's just coupon for massage, coupon for, you know, what else they got? Foot rub, coupon for all the, you know, sex you can have and stuff like that or whatever. So yeah, they got coupons for all that. I don't know if he bought them or made them or what. So she was ready to use her coupons. So she was like, which one I'm gonna use tonight? Can I do a double? Can I use one this day, one for that? Double at the same time, a massage here and this and that. So anyway, I thought it was cute. So he massaged her feet. Of course, I'm sure all of this is quarantine cameras, because I don't know why her leg, her feet, everything just looked big, like it was just magnified in the camera. So I don't know, I guess, you know, that's what it is. Maybe it was their camera or something, I don't know. But anyway, so that was pretty much it. But y'all, next week, we don't want to miss next week. It's supposed to be on and popping, and I'm going to be here for it. So this was okay. It didn't add much to it. It didn't give us more enlightenment, I don't think. But yeah, it was okay. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, you guys. Don't forget to do what? Like and subscribe if you're watching this via YouTube, and on Facebook, don't forget to do what? Like and follow, and on all social media sites. Make sure you do what? Comment down below. All right. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Like I always say, or try to say, don't forget to go with God and let God go with you. And I will see you guys on the next video. Deuces.